Okay, so Kevin Lee versus Charles Oliveira just took place in the main event of UFC Fight Night 170 on ESPN Plus 28 Brasilia, and Kevin Lee got submitted in the third round by a guillotine. This was a big L for the UFC. First Johnny Walker, now Kevin Lee. The whole UFC's kind of fucked. We had big hype riding on Kevin Lee. He was supposed to take on the winner of Makhachev versus Hernandez. Hopefully it was going to be Makhachev. But Oliveira just fucks up everyone's plans, and now we've got Oliveira to worry about, who's lost to half the guys in the division. Donald Cerrone, Paul Felder, you know, just list goes on, Jim Miller, and then you keep going. You see Anthony Pettis, who's also unranked. It's tough. It's tough to get over, but let's look at the fight. Let's just look at what happened. Oliveira was doing good on the feet, and I thought he was going to do well on the feet, but I thought Kevin Lee was going to manage. I predicted Kevin Lee would win by second round TKO. And I thought he was doing good. I actually had Kevin Lee up 2 rounds. Just because of the control. He was on top. When nothing was happening, the guy on top wins. You know? I feel like that's just a general consensus in how we score fights. One of the rounds could have been close because Oliveira did some stuff on the feet early in the second. I understand, but I still gave it to Kevin Lee. He was on top. He was landing good shots. I definitely thought he won the first round. The second round was close. But I gave it to Kevin Lee because he was on top. He was doing good stuff. He was landing good shots on top as well. People say he was doing nothing on top. He was landing some good elbows. He was landing some good punches. I feel like people are over-exaggerating the top game, or under-exaggerating the top game of Kevin Lee in that fight. I thought he was doing very well. And then all of a sudden, in the third round, Kevin Lee is just absolutely destroying Charles Oliveira. Destroying Charles Oliveira in the third round. They come out, Charles Oliveira is breathing heavy. Kevin Lee's breathing heavy as well, but I think he saw that Charles Oliveira was completely kind of gassed a little bit. And then Kevin Lee just started teeing off on Oliveira. Landed some big head kick. Landed the combos. Landed big shots on Oliveira's chin. And then Kevin Lee basically just said, as far as I'm aware here, I want to lose now, so I'm going to give you a guillotine. And then Charles Oliveira said, oh, thanks for the guillotine, Kevin Lee. I'll take the guillotine. Potench took the guillotine, ripped it up, and then that was it. It was over. Kevin Lee, instead of trying to fight the hands or just do anything to get out of the situation, he decided to use the old trick that always works, this old trick, pretend to tap. And tap in the process. And then act like you didn't tap. I don't know what happened. I think he just had a brain surge. Like maybe one of those jabs from Oliveira hit him the wrong way. But it seemed like at the first minute of that third round, after he just destroyed Oliveira for the first minute of the round, he just said, you know what? I'm retarded. Here's a guillotine. It was just strange. It was strange to me. I don't know why he did what he did. But he did what he did. And he shot with his head on the outside on a single leg. One big thing you don't do. He literally put his head in the armpit of Oliveira. And I don't understand. Trust me, I give credit to Oliveira. He won the fight. He submitted a world-class fighter in Kevin Lee. But it was just like, what the fuck was that? It was the same with Johnny Walker. But we'll talk about that in a fucking full card recap. It was just like, what the fuck is going on? Is TriStar making guys worse? Is TriStar making guys worse? Maybe TriStar's making guys worse. I have no idea. But Kevin Lee just basically shit the bed in the third round. It was a good fight. Charles Oliveira had some good moments, especially in the start of round 2. I thought round 1 was pretty clearly Kevin Lee. Oliveira was sort of getting the edge on the stand-up, but then Kevin Lee took him down late in the round. Controlled position, avoided submission, landed some decent shots, especially at the end. He landed a few, like 5 big right hands on Oliveira at the end of the round just to secure it. Had the first round, came out in the second, got hit with a big shot from Oliveira, but kept aware, kept his eyes open, bobbed and weaved against the cage, avoided the big shots, and then started answering back. Then shot for the takedown. Again, just 3 more minutes of Kevin Lee on top in a bad leg position, but still landed some pitter-patter shots. Oliveira wasn't close to the leg lock. Was at times, but not enough for me to say, oh wow, that's crazy. I knew Kevin Lee was safe in that position. Kevin Lee just defended all the submissions, got on top, got control. He was in half guard for about 2 minutes every round. He was doing good. And in the third round, Kevin Lee was destroying Oliveira on the feet, just completely wiping the floor with him, and then just said, you know what? I'm bored of winning. Time to lose. I want to lose, and now I'm going to go out there and lose. Rammed his head into the armpit of Charles Oliveira, and then Oliveira submitted him. And it was just... good job, Oliveira, I guess. Good job, Oliveira. Cool. Oliveira got the job done. Now what do we do? Oliveira versus Felder? Nah, he's already lost to him by KO in the second round. Okay, cool. So we can't do that. Oliveira versus Cerrone? Nah, he's already lost to him. Okay. Let's see what else we do. Diego Ferreira? No, he's fighting Drew Dober for some fucking bizarre reason. I don't know why he's taking on Drew Dober, but he signed a fight with Drew Dober. The most retarded fight signing I've ever seen. Diego Ferreira should not be taking on Drew Dober. Diego Ferreira should have waited and now should be taking on Charles Oliveira. But no, we don't have that. Makhachev versus Hernandez winner. Instead of Kevin Lee, it's now Charles Oliveira. Yay. Yay. Fun. Gaethje? No, he's already turned down Oliveira twice. Okay, so we can't do anything there. It's just, it sucks for the UFC tonight. It really did. One big L for the UFC. A tough pill to swallow. I'm sure we'll bounce back. But Kevin Lee just kind of shit the bed and threw the fight away. He really did. Like, he was doing good. Oliveira was slowing down. You could see it on Oliveira's face at the end of the second round. In the position, he was just like on the bottom, he was just like, fucking hell. You know, Kevin Lee's just avoiding the submissions. We're getting sweatier and sweatier. I'm going to find it harder and harder to find these submissions. You could see it on his face. Third round, Kevin Lee beating the shit out of him in the start of the third. Teeing up on him on the feet. Landed a big head kick. Landed a good 1-2 combo. Good body shots. And then just, here's a guillotine. Don't get it. But, you know, Charles Oliveira got a guillotine. Good job. Strange. Just a bit. I don't know. I wonder why Kevin Lee missed weight. I'm honestly just waiting a couple days after this. Because I'd like to know some things about Kevin Lee. Because he looked like he just wanted out of there after winning the start of the third round. Which made zero sense to me. I've seen him go 5 with Alaya Quinta. And some fights he just can't go past 2. Some people were saying before that he had staph infection and that's why he couldn't make weight. I didn't believe them. But now it's just like... maybe. I don't know. I thought he was running away with it. I thought it was only going to get harder for Oliveira to get submissions. And it was getting sweatier and sweatier. And then Kevin Lee just said, hey, I'm going to hold on to your single leg. Here's a guillotine. And then he lost. And then he, by the way, was in a submission position of a guillotine. Oliveira has his hands connected. Kevin Lee has both hands free. He could have even reached for Oliveira's hand. Tried to fight the hands. But just instead tried the oldest trick in the book, which is to fake that he tapped. But tap anyway. And then try and get away with it. I think he just quit. I don't know. But he was winning, so I don't know why he quit. I don't know about much anymore. I watched Johnny Walker go from full mount to half guard on bottom in about 30th of a second. I don't know what's going on at TriStar. Maybe they're just adding chromosomes to their body? I don't know what they're doing at TriStar. Maybe they're literally just doing that. Maybe TriStar is just a retarded training center. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? But both their fighters tonight just kind of shit the bed. They both had it in them. Johnny Walker, let's not even talk about fucking him. He's shit anyway. But Kevin Lee had that one, and he just decided to give Oliveira a guillotine. Which was strange. You know? Very strange. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, just a fucking big old L to the face of the UFC. Just, do you want hype? We're taking it away. That's all it was. At least Charles Oliveira is a bigger name now, I guess, but if it was, oh my god, it could have been Kevin Lee Makhachev. But you know what? Maybe, honestly, maybe we'll get double fucked in both holes, and then Makhachev will lose to Hernandez, and then we get Lee versus Makhachev anyway. So I don't know. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe you know what? Go Alexander Hernandez, KO Makhachev in the first round, and then we'll get to see Lee versus Makhachev. That's the only thing I can see happening. Maybe Kevin Lee, Anthony Pettis. I don't know. Just save this. Kevin Lee, quick turnaround. You didn't take any damage. You got choked. You're fine. Just get back in there and win so we can just ignore this situation happening. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click that button there. See you later. It's tough.